going to be able to hear us, Frank and Jess, but maybe next year when they win the World Series, you guys take earplugs. How's that? So you can prep for next year's championship, right?
We can feel their happiness
Yeah.
in the silence of this moment.
Yes.
So hearing the crowd through Jess and Frank and Mark's microphone,
Yeah.
we can feel the excitement and the
Yeah.
joy as they turn in front of you.
And the crowd. And Frank mentioned that this happened, last year, and it wasn't as loud. This was just incredibly, it just felt different to them, and it made me start thinking that maybe it's because we got to know a lot of the players last year. Once they won the championship, then you pay it more. A lot of people start paying more attention. So we really got invested in the stories of each player, right? Shohei, Yamamoto, we've got Betts, Rojas. Like, you just get connected to them, and sometimes they have bad games, sometimes they have good games, and then we know their personal lives, and so maybe we've just gotten really connected to them, and and as you mentioned, our city's been through a lot. Like, there's a trophy. Oh, that's so cool.
There is the moment.
That's a great picture.
In front of Walt.
Don't drop it. Please don't drop it.
Dave Roberts, a proud UCLA Bruin. Angelino going on to manage the Dodgers into another World Series. I heard a family speaking earlier saying last year a child was telling his mom, I can't believe you didn't take me down to the parade. No, why didn't we go? Why didn't we go? Rarely do you have a chance to say, okay, well, we'll go this year then.
Yeah.
Since we missed last year. And I think a lot of people took that opportunity this year.
Dave Roberts said so many cool things the night that they won. I mean, obviously he was overwhelmed and in a way speechless, but it's kind of cool to imagine, like, he has to manage all of these personalities. He has to make calls, which he did make some really almost insightful calls during the seventh game. But I think a lot of the players even said, which I thought was cool, that Dave Roberts makes them feel like they are trusted. Like, and that's what's important, right? As a player, as a talent, like, we want to be trusted, and Dave Roberts apparently makes each player feel that way, and that's what's made him, a three-time World Series winning manager.
We love seeing this moment.
That's a good one right there. Keep Dave.
We want to check in now. We'll go to Rashawn first, who's on the parade route as these buses are going by. There's Freddie Freeman. The fans are loud. They love this. I hope at least you can hear me, Rashawn, and we can see what's going on down there in downtown LA.
Yeah, I can hear you, sure. We're down here on the corner of, we're live on the TV. Hey, it's all good. Well, come here. Talk to the people, man. You want to get on the new sound already? Yeah, exactly. How we doing today? How you feeling today? I'm good. Hey, what's up? Bring him in, man. Tell me who you are. My name is Michael. I'm from the Inland Empire. So you came all the way out here from Friday, you here to celebrate. I'm doing my cousin Shout out to people. So why was it so important for you all to make it out here today? Because we have to show our love, our support for the city, you know? Were you here last year? I was here last year. Yeah, this is first time here though. First parade. What are you expecting?
I'm expecting to see the Dodgers. I'm excited. I think this was the best series in a while, best World Series in a while. So, so I'm excited to be here. It's going to be a great time.
The best parts from that World Series?
Best part from that World Series, El Rojas tying home.
Mickey Rowe, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mickey Rojas. Shout out Mickey Rowe. I love you, sir.
Long kisses to me. I'll let y'all get out of here. Look like you had somewhere to go. All right, no problem. Take care. Be safe and stay careful out here. We're on the corner of 7th and Figueroa, and that parade is 7th Street going west on 2nd, going to hook a right, and then north on Figueroa, about another couple of blocks before it reaches its end at 5th and Figueroa. And so we're at the home stretch. This is the final turn of the parade, and we're sitting here on our perch here on 7th and Figueroa at the Wilshire Grand Center. Fans are here about 20, 25 rows deep. When we first got here at about 5 a.m. this morning, there was about a smattering of folks lined up against the guardrails, and it stayed like that up until about maybe 8, 9 o'clock. And I got to tell you, in a span of about 20 to 30 minutes between 10 and 10:30. I mean, this thing just ballooned. People just came in and flocked this area out of nowhere. So they're all waiting to see their Dodgers come on this championship parade. I have Alexis. I didn't forget about you. Where are you from?
I'm from Richmond, Southgate.
Grizzly Southgate. I see you got the Tokyo Series jersey on. Big time Dodger fan. How long have you been a Dodger fan?
My whole life. I'm like since Fernando Mania. Like,
Fernando Mania, right? I mean, he put the Dodgers on the map here for a lot of people in this city. Were you this year?
at the parade, which I had to work, but it was a whole vibe. Even in Union Station, it was a whole vibe.
I appreciate it. Thanks so much for stopping, Alexis. She talked about her love for Fernando. How fitting the Dodgers win this World Series on November 1st, which would have been Fernando Valenzuela's 65th birthday. We'll send it back to you in the studio, Lewis and Evan.
An incredible coincidence there. A lot of fans and generations of families saying they watched through the years Fernando, and we heard a firework go off. We see the confetti going off as well. Rashawn, we understand they just went past you, or they're in your vicinity there on those double-decker buses. Just to note, we saw from Sky 5 the amount of people that were out there today in the crowd. We weren't able to see that earlier today because of the fog and because of the weather. And now we're able to get that bird's eye view of downtown LA with the thousands upon thousands. Rashawn said 25 rows deep of people out there to see the Dodgers in downtown LA.
It is worth it. Let's check in with Ping. David Pingalore is at Dodger Stadium where these buses are headed, actually. Hey, Ping.
Hello, yes, and fans are starting to make their way in here because the celebration last year was amazing. They had a couple of tricks up their sleeves, with special appearance, and ice cream, but nonetheless, I mean, this parade as it winds through downtown is not only celebrating this championship, but it's a new chapter in one of our baseball's great analysis. I mean, this goes back to 2020 when they won in the COVID year, the World Series there against Tampa in Texas, and of course going back to back. This is a special group of guys, and I spoke to Blake Trinan after the game 7 the other night, and he was here last year, and he mentioned, he goes, he is excited about this day. He's excited about getting on these buses and excited about coming into the stadium. But what he was more excited about was having guys that were not part of this roster last year, like the likes of Blake Snell, who they signed in the offseason. He was very critical in this postseason run. In the NLCS, I mean, he came in Game 7 before Yamamoto would take over. Tyler Glasnow grew up here, went to Hart High School. He's from Newhall. He was on the roster last year, but he wasn't able to play because of injury. So there's a group of guys on these buses right now that were not part of this last year. And I remember trying to tell me he can't wait for that moment for them to experience this. But again, to be able to go back to back as they make their way up here and they wind through downtown, fans wait on them. I mean, I'm telling you, after Game 5, they were down. Not the players. Players thought from the get-go they could go and win 2 on the road, and exactly what they did. But the fans left here the other night, they didn't think they were going to be here. I mean, this is a team that started this postseason against Cincinnati, took care of them, had Philadelphia, then they sweep the Milwaukee Brewers, had the best record in 4 straight, and then obviously the World Series speaks for itself, coming from behind in a game number 7. Remember, there was 2 out, there was 1 out. They were down a run in the 9th inning until Miggy Rojas hit that game-tying home run. And then you go back to Will Smith, who hits the go-ahead home run. This is a guy that caught 74 innings of World Series baseball. That's a record. And being able to have the energy to knock that ball out of the park, he was asked about it. There's a physical aspect, but also a mental aspect. So there's so many different storylines as this parade runs through downtown up here to Dodger Stadium as the fans await I'll never forget Dave Roberts, the manager, who now has obviously won 3 World Series. Automatic going to the Hall of Fame. He's only 53 years old. But I remember him going, let's walk it back. Well, what is he going to say now? Repeat. We talked about this on top of the coverage. It's a franchise that has Ohtani under contract for a long time. Yamamoto, Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow. So this is a team that is going to be tough to deal with in the next several years. And it's this dynasty. They won 3 out of 6 seasons championships. So as they work their way up here, it would be great. The crowd's going to go nuts when they walk through here. I just remember that last year.
Hey, I just hope we get to see Dave Roberts dance again. I think that was a moment we all enjoyed last year.
Sam?
I'm going to say that'll probably happen again.
And we're going to check in now with Carlos Salcedo, who's at 7th and Flower on the parade route. How's it going, and can you hear us as we look at Freddie Freeman in another box next to you, waving to the crowds below?
Hey, ladies, good afternoon. I probably have the best position here on the block, perch on the block, as you mentioned, on 7 between Flower and Hope. And just take a look here. It's a tsunami of Dodger green. Pretty incredible seeing all these fans going that way. And of course, they have signs that say Hope MVP. We've been out here since about 5 this morning. And yes, it was just a trickling in from everywhere. County. There's a lot of enthusiasm. People are throwing around, tossing around the football here. So who do I have here? Where are you guys from and how long were you? Where are you guys from and what time did you guys get here?
We got here at 8 in the morning. We're from Woodland Hills.
Okay, so just who are you excited to see? Most excited to see?
I'm excited to see Mookie Betts.
Ohtani.
Was there a highlight of this World Series? I know it was the 7 games. You know, a lot of us just had a heart attack almost. We were just stressing out.
Freaking play, especially on defense. I played at home to Smith. That was incredible. From on-his, on-field, all of it. It was awesome.
Back-to-back championships here. Pretty incredible.
Yes, yeah. And you got to do it again. It's 3-peat, baby. 3-peat.
How about you? Where are you from?
He flew in from Houston this morning.
Houston? Wow. Okay. How about you? Where are you from?
Woodland Hills, California, 76.
Who are you most excited to see?
Honestly, Will Smith. Will Smith.
There you go. Nice. Okay, let's go over here to this side of the crowd. Are we pumped? Are we ready? We good? Look at you, back-to-back Dodgers. I love the signs, by the way. People are getting very creative with their signs. Yamamoto MVP. Where are we from? How long have we been waiting?
Oh, I'm from East LA. I got up. I texted them, hey, at 7 a.m. I'm ready. I texted from East LA. I told them 7 a.m. I'm ready. I'm good to go. Let's
How
go.
was the party in East LA Saturday night?
Oh, whoa. I mean, there's nothing like that. Yeah. Vamos de Los Angeles. Vamos Dodgers.
Where are we from, huh?
From Van Nuys, from the 818.
Van Nuys. We're out. We're ready. There you go. So this leaves a lot of energy. Thousands of people here out the block. As I mentioned, we are on 7 between Flower and Hope. We're just waiting. We're waiting for those double-decker buses. And as you can see, people are tossing footballs, baseballs, and all that good stuff. But the signs are incredible. How are we feeling?
It feels exciting. Back to back. Woo! We're gonna get 3-peat like the Lakers.
Nice. Who are we most excited to see?
Oh man. I mean, Ohtani, Yamamoto, Kershaw, his last one. We're excited.
All right, and then you hear the chants of Kike, Kike. People would think I'm Kike, so I don't know if I'm his twin or something, but people are calling me Kike. So, ladies, what do you think?
Of course.
One of
You could be one of the players, Carlos.
That's a solid.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey.
All right. Enjoy it. We'll check back in with you in just a little bit. Yeah, lots of fun. That's awesome. As we've been talking about, thanks for joining us here. This is the Dodgers Championship Parade. All the players, families, coaches, Miss Magic Johnson, everybody on these buses headed to Dodger Stadium. It's going to be a big deal for the celebration there. And we have wall-to-wall coverage from the sky and the ground along the parade route and at Dodger Stadium. Let's check in with Jillian Smucker. She is there hanging with the fans. Hi, Jillian.
Hanging with the fans. Are you guys excited? Did that answer your question? Yes, we are so excited. This is expected to start at 12:50.
Oh, this is so much fun. Jillian is at Dodger Stadium, by the way.
Oh, there's Kike. That's awesome.
Thank you, Zach. Yes, everyone's excited. We are just waiting for them to show up here on the field. Who are you most excited to see? Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He's incredible. He's gorgeous too, yes. Let's go, Dodgers! All right, I can't hear you guys. I don't know if you have us or not, but if you do, it's a party here. We are just waiting for those players to arrive. But we will send it back to you.
All right, Jillian, thank you. The players are on their way. Believe it. They will be there, and it's going to get even louder. Hate to tell you.
We finally got our first view of Yamamoto, the MVP of this World Series,
Yes.
waving hello to fans. Also, we got to see Shohei and his wife, and there it is, the pennant. I always get a little nervous, you know.
Yeah. Keep it inside the railing.
Fun seeing our buddy Steven Nelson up there in the front of the bus, saying hello to all the fans, former KTLA intern, waving hello as they ride along. This parade route has gone from Temple to Grand to 7th, and then it'll head to Figueroa and end at 5th, where the players will then go on down to Dodger Stadium and Chavez Ravine. And earlier I was, of course, watching our coverage here at KTLA 5, and it's been noted that so many people can't afford to go to a World Series game. It's just an expensive thing to do. But the energy watching the parade almost makes you think I'd rather go to the parade if I'm going to choose where to spend my time. This is an incredible moment. And waving hello to fans from on top of that double-decker bus. We saw Kike shout out
You guys
to the
want
fans
me?
back to back. Is that Wendy Birch I hear? I think so. Oh, that's the quietest it's been in hours over here at KTLA.
We're having a little bit of audio issues there from the route. But, you know, one other thing I was thinking about as the buses were going through, what a huge feat for the city to pull off. Kind of like a reversal, because who knew? Like, they were down, they had to win 2 games in Toronto.
In Toronto.
I mean, a lot of people were probably thinking, probably not going to be a parade, but then there's a parade, and to be able to pull it off with, you know, all the law officers and enforcement out there, and these buses and the schedules, it's just incredible.
Oh,
There's Shohei. He's so calm.
Well, it's so funny. We saw Mookie, Freddie Freeman standing right there. What an incredible. Oh, there's Shohei's wife.
Oh, okay, let's go back to Carlos Salcedo. He's got a great view of the buses. Hi, Carlos.
As you can see, it's right coming up on 7th. Fans are getting ready. Everyone has their phone up. They're excited. They're pumped. Our boys in blue World Series champs. You just hear this crowd. Hear the crowd. How insane is this? Johnson up front. So there you have it. This is a first double-decker bus. There are some more to come. Now we see some confetti. Oh my God, this is so surreal. Just overwhelming experience to say the least. There's Dave Roberts with the World Series trophy, as well as some players and family members. I think I see Rogie, or is that Shohei?
Dave Roberts.
All right, now we have the third double-decker. Oh my God. The fans are going wild. This is incredible.
We're just saying, Carlos, we're so happy. We've been covering these games for weeks, and finally you get to enjoy it with the fans.
I mean, like, I just have to soak this in myself, too. Watching those games, oh my God, the stress level, and to be able to experience this back-to-back championships. Okay, there's Kike, of course, shirtless as always, right? And the crowd is going nuts. They're going wild for Kike.
There's Mookie.
There's Mookie, Max Muncy. Oh my God. If we're loving this, just imagine the players. Imagine how they're feeling right now. Just, of course, they're soaking this all in, and just to be able to experience this 2 years in a row.
Carlos, thank you so much.
Good to see how excited are you just to be here.
We're going to check in with Rashawn Haylock, who's next up on this parade route, as we go from a shirtless Banda over to a very finely dressed Rashawn Haylock with his view of the parade route.
They are headed this way, Lou, definitely. We can see the double-decker buses. They were a little bit further down the street, obviously, and you can hear just a roar from the crowd as they start to see the lights from some of the police cars and escorts in front. You got Vuvuzelas out here. Everybody's got their cameras out. I see camcorders. They have their camera phones, taking pictures, waving Dodger flags. Everyone's just trying to get a glimpse of their favorite Dodgers, their favorite Dodger players. And it's really there's nothing like a parade in the city. I was talking to a gentleman by the name of Kevin from Downey earlier today. He talked about just how something like this just kind of brings the city together. You hear thoughts of other people about this, the resilience of LA. You think about what we went through at the beginning of this year with the fires and how we're still bouncing back from that. And you see the Dodgers display that type of resiliency on the field, being down to Toronto and having to win 2 games or to win the World Series. As the bus turns here on the Figueroa, you see Mark Walter right there in the front. Magic Johnson as well, all members of the ownership group, they're waving at Dodger fans as they go past here on 7th and Figueroa. We're on our perch right here at the Wilshire Grand Center, and just what a sight it is out here. Can't help but to think about just growing up as a kid, right, and watching Magic Johnson in these parades and during his time as a ball player for the Los Angeles Lakers, and now here he is as an owner, and the Dodgers doing this here back to back. as the championship trophy is now on full display here. Fans screaming and shouting for their Dodgers. Just an incredible scene here.
Sean, I don't know if you can hear us.
See Lon Rosing on this second bus here. I can hear you.
I was just gonna say, as a sports reporter and anchor, and have covered sports for so many years, and you love sports clearly, what does this moment mean to you as a journalist and as a fan of baseball?
Oh man, it means so much, Lou. I can put on my journalist hat and being a sports reporter and just being able to see the brilliance of this Dodger team and all that they accomplished. So many people talk about, the money and them being the highest payroll, but it's not just that. It's spending the money smartly. You think about the players that they invested in. These are players, remember, that other teams could have had but decided not to invest in, right? The Angels let Shohei Ohtani walk away. The Atlanta Braves decided that they didn't really want Freddie Freeman anymore, right? And so the Boston Red Sox said that they didn't want to pay Mookie Betts the money that maybe was owed to him. And so you see that coming together, just the brilliance here. Baseball is such a hard game. It's a sport unlike any other sports where oftentimes it's not always the best team that wins. It's such a long season. It's such grind. And to win a championship is hard. And you got to have a lot of things go your way. We saw the Dodgers be able to do that. But then on a personal level, Lou, to continue answering your question here, I mean, growing up here, being LA born and bred from Nickerson Gardens Housing Projects, I mean, this is everything. I mean, parades meant so much to me as a kid growing up. It's an opportunity to be able to come out and see some of your favorite stars up close and personal. It's just fantastic, and I can see myself in the eyes of so many little kids out here today that are sitting on the show, being able to just get a glimpse of their favorite players. It's really special.
Thank you for sharing that story. It's just, and you are so right. And I love that you say that you can see, the kids and the way that you reacted when you were that age as well. It's a memory of a lifetime.
It's fantastic. I'm so thrilled that my daughter got a chance to be here. Her uncle brought her down here today. And so she's here. She's somewhere here in the crowd, but the opportunity to get to see this is just so unreal. And I don't know if it was a great philosopher who quoted this, but someone once said, don't let school get in the way of an education, right? And sometimes you can learn so many different things in so many different areas outside of the classroom. And we've seen kids out here, we've seen teachers out here, and they're all taking it all in.
And your daughter will get to say, my dad was there reporting on this team.
Yeah.
And that is so cool, Rashawn. Thank you for sharing that and being vulnerable with us about how you're feeling watching this. It's so emotional. And we can understand the players who were watching also on the screen, waving below. They must be feeling something about it right now. And I know we're going to bring in David Pingalore, who's also at Chavez Ravine, who's watched these players through the highs and lows. And now they're definitely on that championship, back-to-back championship high today. Hi, Ping.
Yeah, this is a wild scene here as they build towards the stadium. Right now it looks like it's like a little pregame to an afternoon game here at Dodger Stadium during the season, or the lead up to a World Series or playoff game that would start at 5 o'clock. The Marine Layers gotten out of here, and of course the sun is coming out. But this is a team that, we talked about this a little bit, started obviously in Tokyo, and they were defending champs coming in. They started 8-0, and sealing that 8-0 run to start the season. Ohtani's walk-off on his bobblehead night, and they had some early bumps. I mean, this is a team that, the ebb and flow all season long. I know Dodger fans, no way they could win this thing. They had to overcome injuries and roster shuffles. I mean, Blake Snell, who was very pivotal in the postseason, only started 11 games for this pitching staff. So he was out of action for most of the summer. He didn't come back until August. He was put on the 15-day IL with shoulder inflammation in early April. Then he would come back, and then Tommy Edman in late April. I mean, they had a lot of adversity to get to where they are today. It wasn't an easy road. I mean, there was a streak there where they lost 7 straight middle of July. And that's when everybody thought the Brewers had them in the NLCS, because the Brewers had won 6. They were 6-0 against them in that stretch. But if you go look at the roster during that stretch, they were banged up. There were guys being called up from AAA that were plugged into some holes. So that's why a lot of the fans, players never get it. Dave Roberts, the fans were like, oh no. But Dave Roberts and Andrew Friedman. You gotta talk about Andrew Friedman. This is a guy that came here over 10 years ago and has built this franchise to what it is. So, I mean, Andrew Friedman is